Good evening. Viewer discretion is advised. Because you're about to see some fat goldfish. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to Luke's Goldies. So in this video, I'm just gonna do like a little rundown of this tank right here. I got two ranches in here. I'm gonna tell you the maintenance I do on it, what I feed them, the filter systems, all that kind of stuff. Let's get into the video. Guys, Brad told me that you should like and subscribe. Bubba said it too, right? Like and subscribe. All right guys, this is my 55-gallon tank. I currently have two jumbo ranchus in there. So the orange guy you see right here, that is Brad. Brad is actually a ranchu that I bred myself, and industry standard wise, Brad is actually not that good quality of a fish. If you look at his lower back and his tail, there are some kinks in there. It's not even, it is a little messed up. But from a young age, when I saw him, I saw his face, I'm like, this guy is gonna develop into a beautifully chunky strawberry faced goldfish. So I kept him for myself. Not good enough to sell because of his tail, but I'm like, but I'm gonna keep him for myself. I like him. And the other guy you see, this guy, this goldfish, Bubba, that black one, he's like a world famous goldfish. Everyone at TikTok knows Bubba. So that's my goldfish Bubba. I did not breed Bubba. I actually bought Bubba from Goldfish Island. He has been just an awesome, super friendly fish. But basically, I have those two in this 55-gallon tank. They used to be in my outdoor stock tank, but I brought them inside because they are very aggressive males. They're both males, and they're very aggressive. They really roughed up one of my females, Olivia, so I decided, you guys are going to go in my indoor tank, and you're going to stay in there for good. I can't really trust you out there with the females anymore, but they're having a ball in here. All right, so the filtration on this tank, I got 3 sponge filters right here. So I got these 3 sponge filters, and I also have this whole hang-on back filter system right here. So I got these bio wheels on here. I also have these things which are filled with ceramic, what's it called? Those ceramic cylinders. And I also may have made a big mistake doing that because I just got my tank really messy. I unsettled a lot of dirt when doing that. But I also got some filter paddings in there, and all those things really help to keep the water clean. But obviously, when you mess with the filter, dirt goes everywhere. Well, hiya there, Bubba. How you doing? I'm sorry I made your tank dirty, boys. Okay, after doing that, you can see my tank is very dirty looking. The water is very cloudy now because I unsettled a ton of dirt. But over the course of this video, that should clear up as the filters take it out. But as I was saying, I got these 3 sponge filters, and I also have this hang-on back filter. Now, I might be doing a little bit of overkill. You probably don't need this much filtration for a tank with only 2 ranchus. But it's really hard to over-filter a tank. When I have these 3 sponge filters, plus this whole hang-on back filter right here, I know that ammonia and that nitrite, it's gonna go to 0 very quickly, and it's just gonna be healthier for the fish overall. Bubba's trying to eat the dirt right now. Don't eat that, Bubba, it's dirty. In this tank, I also have a water heater. I believe this water heater is a 400-watt heater, and Brad is now getting in the way. This water heater, I usually set it to 78 degrees. I think 78 degrees is probably optimal for fancy goldfish. If you're trying to prevent disease, you want to promote good, fast growth. I think it's just at that point that it's not too hot where the oxygen levels drop too much. But it's also not cold that it's going to maybe increase the chances of them getting a disease or kind of slow down their growth rate. Also, you've probably noticed the damage on Brad's scales here on his side and on his back. That is from him trying to breed. He was trying so hard to breed with the females that he even hurt himself in the process. That's how crazy they were this breeding season. That's why I had to bring him inside. I could not have them out there with the females. They were going crazy. I also have these LED lights on here, and the nice thing is I can adjust, the brightness and intensity of the different kind of colors in there. So I could have it just be like, kind of greenish like that, or I could, kind of put it back to what it was, or kind of have it more like, red-blue like that. Almost looks like a little bit of a reef tank right now. But I like to have them both on all the way, just for maximum brightness, and I have it on like that for around 8 hours a day. The tank is slowly cleaning up that big thing of dirt I unsettled. So what does maintenance in this tank look like? Well, I do about 2 water changes a week, and they're roughly 30 to 50%. Now, you don't really need to do that many water changes. I think you could keep the nitrates below 30 without doing that. You could probably cut it down to 1 water change a week. But I have the time to do it right now, and it's always optimal if you could do more water changes. If you can do more water changes, then do more water changes. So I do roughly around 2 water changes a week. But if I wanted to, I could probably cut that down to 1 water change. And I also have to scrub this glass. I do it basically once a week. I have a little sponge scraper, and I go and I clean the inside of the glass. So I feed these guys roughly twice a day. I try to do it by hand because I want them to get more friendly with me. And as you saw before, Bubba likes going up to my hand, and he thinks every time I put my hand up there, he thinks I'm going to feed them. But I like just giving him pellets by hand. Brad, it's funny, I bred him, and I always try to put my hand in there, but he's a little bit less friendly than Bubba. He kind of waits till I drop them. But Bubba will always come up to me and he'll eat from my hand. Num 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 num. There you go, there you go. Do those taste good? This place is a mess. Slowly but surely, that water's cleaning up. If we look this way, we can almost see these filter sponges again now over there. Anyway, so I also feed these guys some veggies. I probably feed them veggies like 3 or 4 times a week, sometimes even more. And I also occasionally give them bloodworms and brine shrimp. I'm actually all out of bloodworms and brine shrimp right now, so I do need to go to the store and buy some more. But basically their diet consists of their pellets, lots of veggies, spinach, broccoli, peas, and then also some occasional bloodworms and brine shrimp. Okay, so a few frequently asked questions that I get a lot is, why do I have no decor in the tank? Why is there no decorations in the tank? Well, let me tell you. These fish are fat. These fish are delicate. These fish are dumb and clumsy. I love them, but they're dumb. I'm just going to say it. When I had decor in there, I used to have some decor in there, I noticed they always found a way to get hurt at them. Like you can see Brad, he has some scales missing. Yeah, that was from breeding, but in the past when I've had decor in there, they found a way to bump into it, get stuck on it. And I also find like sludge and like crap likes to build up underneath the decorations. So they're better off without it. The only real stimulation they need is another fish. Like if you have another fish in there, that's more stimulation than any kind of decor is going to give them. And also, why do I not have plants in there? A lot of plants, if it's kind of hard and sturdy, again, they can find ways to get hurt on them. But mainly it's because they eat them. They always eat the plants up and they always mess them up. And it's kind of hard to keep plants in here for the long term. I feel like every time I put plants in there, they just eat them to death. So I just basically decided to go with just some flat sand. That sand I have there is actually Imaginarium black sand. It's kind of larger grain, but pretty cheap too. But I decided just to do that. They like to go on the ground all day and sift through that sand, so that's good stimulation. Having another fish in the tank is good stimulation. But decor in there, I usually find it to be hazardous. And plants, they are just jerks. I spend money on plants and they just eat them up. So as the filter clears up the water, you can probably see this water is pretty clean. And actually, before I lifted up that filter media and disturbed the water, that water was crystal clear, crystal clean. And one of the things that I use to do that, my lights are off right now so you can barely see, but this beneficial bacteria, this is actually meant for ponds. It's meant to clear up ponds. But I saw it online and I'm like, if it can work for a pond, why can't it work for a tank? And it's actually been working wonders. It has really helped my tank clear up. Definitely gets the water very crystal clear when you don't lift up the filter paddings and unsettle a bunch of dirt. And it just kind of helps keep sludge to a minimum. There's just less sludge, less crap around the tank when I dose this beneficial bacteria in there. I do it after every water change. So yeah, that's it. This is my 55-gallon tank. This is where Bubba and Brad will reside for probably the rest of their days. And that's just kind of the general upkeep of it and the things that I have in there. I feed them pellets every day, twice a day. I give them some veggies here and there, give them some bloodworms, change out the water twice a week. I don't need to, but it's better to do more than less. And they have great lives in here. They're doing great. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Luke's Goldies out.